back to my channel. Today I wanted to show you some decor that I made for my studio, and I call my studio my happy place. And so I just got some things from Dollar Tree and wanted to kind of show you what I did. So the first thing I did was I got a picture frame from the Dollar Tree, and I got some bling wrap and some vases and some candlesticks. And the first thing I wanted to start on was the sign. I used hot glue to affix some bling wrap onto the frame, and just to kind of get things started. I wanted the bling to wrap all the way around the frame, so it could be seen all the way around, all the way to the indentation on the front of the frame. Using the hot glue gun was quite well, let's just say in the middle of this project I decided to not use the glue gun anymore and use E6000 because A, I was burning my fingers, as you can see here, and B, I didn't like the way it just it was really bumpy, so I didn't like that. So I used E6000 to fasten everything else. Now, the way I did everything else was using these tea light jars and these candlesticks and various candle holders to create these jars. So I glued the jars together using E6000 and let them sit for 24 hours. And so this was the finished product of that first one, where I did the two tea lights and the jar together. And then the next one, I made some taller ones using a candlestick and one of the tall vases. And so this is sort of like the before I blinged it out. I attached the candlestick to the vase with E6000 and set it to dry for 24 hours. And the tallest of them all is this one here. And what I did was attach two candles, as you can see, and then I put the vase on top of it. And so, with E6000, I just kind of let that sit. It's real important that you get everything lined up so it sits well, and you put a little pressure on it. This is the finished product. This is what I'm going for. I wanted everything to be the little things to be blinged out around the stem, and then also around the top. And then on the other one, I think I went a little overboard, but I like it. I blinged out the entire stem, really, and then I was about to lose my sign there. Let me see if I can get it fixed here. Yeah, so I blinged out the entire stem basically in every little spot there, and then I'm just going to pan upwards so that you can see, as well as the top of the container. I think this looks fabulous. It looks great with the lighting in my room. So let me show you what I did. So basically all I did was kind of get things going here. I had my E6000, I had a little jar of it, and I just wanted to kind of put it into something where I can use a brush. And this is kind of how I made my sign too. I just put a little bit of the glue into a little jar and used a tiny brush to kind of get the glue onto whatever it was I was gluing, and that really worked well when I made the sign. But anyway, wanted to show you how I did it. I got the bling wrap and just kind of cleaned up the edges a little bit, and then I then applied the glue along the wrap itself to kind of make sure that I had enough of it on there, because I didn't want to have it dripping on my on the glass. Oh, really important too, make sure you clean all your glass and all that stuff before you start doing this. So I applied the glue on there, and it made it so easy to stick everything on there, and that's not going anywhere. So just adjust it, and it sticks very beautifully. I'm a little bit of a neat freak, so I wanted to make sure that it was straight all the way around. So after doing that, now I'm going to focus on using the strips for around the base. So I pre-measured a piece that'll go around the bottom of the candlestick, and so I then put a little E6000 on that and just glued that together. Now it took a little bit more, I used a little bit more, so I got like one row of the bling wrap, and I used the hot glue to do this one because it was really tiny, and it would have been very messy trying to do that with E6000. And it basically is just a little added embellishment that I put on top of that strip that I put there. and so I did it on the top and on the bottom. Now the wider piece of bling that's on there was actually something that I got from Joann's. It was a really pretty ribbon that had little rhinestones on it, and that's what I used. You see them doing that there too, and so I used that little bit of ribbon on there. So my glue had a lot to stick to because it was actually ribbon that I was putting it on, and then I just used one row of the bling wrap to kind of embellish on the very top and also on the very bottom. And so you see that I'm doing that here on this on the shorter of the two candlesticks that I have here. And basically that's it. I just repeated the process again on the taller one. Using the hot glue gun could be a little annoying because you have the little webs that are everywhere, and you know, I try to clean up as I go along so I don't have like too many little strings to clean up. Well, thank you so much. This is what the finished product looks like. I hope you enjoyed my happy place like I do too. Please subscribe to my channel. I really would appreciate it. And thank you so much for watching. See you next time.